The interpretation of dreams. The Western assumption that dreams are softer, more subjective, false, private, transient, and illusory than the hard facts of waking life, which we think of as objective, true, public, permanent, and real, is an assumption that is not shared by Indian texts devoted to the meaning of dreams. Indian medicine and philosophy do not recognize the distinction between two aspects of dream analysis that is made by Roger Calliope, who speaks of two types of problems concerning dreams that have always puzzled men's minds. The first is the meaning of the images inside the dream. The second is the degree of reality that one may attribute to the dream, which depends on our understanding of the relationship between dreaming and waking. The two aspects of dreams merge from the very start in India, since one word, sapana, etymologically related to the Greek hypnos, designates both the content of dreaming, i.e., the images in the dream, the actual dream that one sees, and the form of dreaming, the process of sleeping, including the process of dreaming, which involves the relationship between the dream and the waking world. The first is what we would regard as the soft or subjective aspect of the dream, visible only to the dreamer. The second we think of as the objective or hard aspect of the dream, visible to other observers. The first is what we examine on the psychoanalysis soft couch. The second we analyze on the hardware of the sleep laboratory. Indian texts, dreams in Vedic and medical texts. The earliest Indian reference to dreams in Rig Veda describes a nightmare, but it leaves ambiguous the question whether what is feared is merely the experience of the dream, the process of having a bad dream, or the content of the dream, the events in the dream, and the implication that it will come true. The earliest Indian reference to dreams in the Rig Veda describes a nightmare, but it leaves ambiguous to the question whether what is feared is merely the experience of the dream, the process of having a bad dream, or the content of the dream, the events in the dream, and the implications that will come true. If someone I have met or a friend has spoken of a danger to me in a dream to frighten me, or if a thief should waylay us, or a wolf protect us from that, are the thief and the wolf part of the dream too, or a part of a contrasting reality? Damn it ain't gotta be perfect, Devin. I just want to hear it. A different sort of ambiguity is posed by the waking dream, which is mentioned in the Rig Veda as an evil that one wishes to visit on one's enemies. Yet another Rig Veda verse tells of an incubus who bewitches a sleeping woman in her dream. He shades off into the actual person who rapes the woman, either by transforming himself when she is awake or by manipulating her mind when she is bewitched by the demonic powers of illusion. The one who, by changing into your brother or your husband or your lover, lies with you, who wishes to kill your offspring, we will drive him away from here. The one who bewitches you with dream or darkness and lies with you, we will drive him away from here. These scattered references reveal an assumed link not only between the worlds of dream and magic, but between the worlds of dream and reality. They also give us an indication of what the ancient Indians thought people dreamed about. A friend warning of danger, a thief's attack, a wolf, or being raped by someone who assumes an illusory form. These motifs recur in later Indian dream books and myths about dreams. By the time of Upanishads, 700 BC, the question of the reality of dreams was approached in a more systematic way. These texts speak of four states of being: waking, dreaming, dreamlessly, and all natural states, and the supernatural. And the supernatural, transcendent fourth state, the identity with Godhead. Be patient with yourself. Practice the best from all. No more cruise vacations. Program for the Godhead. Dreamless sleep and dreaming are the intermediate steps. Dreamless sleep gives us a glimpse of the true Brahman, the divine mind that does not create. Dreaming sleep gives us a glimpse of the god Vishnu, or Rudra, who creates us by dreaming us into existence. Other Upanishads add certain significant details to the outline of the four states. Waking, one knows what is outside and is common to all men. Dreaming, one knows what is inside, and one enjoys what is private. The private internal nature of dreams is emphasized. When he goes to sleep, these worlds are his, taking his senses with him. He moves around whatever he wishes inside his own body. The fact that the dream exists only inside the body of the dreamer does not, however, apply that it is unreal, as such a dichotomy inside versus outside, private versus public, might imply in Western thinking. The fourth state, which is called the self, Atman, is the one in which one knows neither inside nor outside, but the dreamer in the second state, it is often said, knows both of these. The third state, deep, dreamless sleep, may also have the creative qualities that are usually associated with dreaming. In the second state, in deep sleep, the sleeper constructs Minoti, this whole world, and becomes its doomsday, apathy. The dream of a universe created and destroyed is a theme that we will often encounter in Indian texts. The question of the reality of the dream world is taken up in discussions of dreams and as projections. The verb sri, used to express projection, means literally to emit, as semen or words, and it frequently occurs in stories about the process of creation, sarga from Sri, in which the creator emits the entire universe from himself, the way a spider emits a web. A man has two conditions, in this world and in the world beyond, but there is also a twilight juncture. the condition of sleep, or dream, Zephana. In this twilight juncture, one sees both of the other conditions, this world and the other world. When someone falls asleep, he takes the stuff of the entire world and he himself takes it apart and he himself builds it up. And by his own bright light, he dreams. There are no chariots there, no harnesses, no roads, but he emits chariots, harnesses, and roads. There are no joys, happinesses, or delights there, but he emits joys, happinesses, and delights. There are no ponds, lotus pools, or flowing streams there, but he emits ponds, lotus pools, and flowing streams, for he is the maker. This text has not reached the extreme idealism of certain later schools, particularly Mahayana Buddhism, that suggests that all perception is the result of projection. Rather, in one particular liminal state, the dreamer is able to understand the relationship between the two worlds, both of them equally real and unreal. The dreamer takes apart the elements of the outside world, like a bricklayer. A person who engages in bricolage, French, literally handyman, rebuilds them into and inside a world of dreams without affecting their reality status. The text does not pass judgment on the substantiality of the elements of which the external world is built and the internal world is rebuilt. The same verb is used here and throughout Indian literature to denote one's perception of both worlds. One sees the world just as one sees a dream. Moreover, the same verb, Sri, that encompasses the concepts of seminal emission, making people, creation, making worlds, speaking, making words, imagining, making ideas, and dreaming, making images. It's also used for people, is also for the simple physical process by which a turtle emits, i.e. stretches forth its limbs. And this is one reason why God is often visualized as a turtle. Yeah, you got your turtles. In the Upanishadic view, don't make fun of me. In the Upanishadic view, the nature of the content of dreams, the subjective reality of dreams, is closely related to the problem of the status or objective reality of dreams. The text tells us the sorts of things that people dream about. The dreamer, like a god, makes many forms of himself, sometimes enjoying pleasure with women, sometimes laughing, and sometimes seeing things that terrify him. People seem to be killing him, overpowering him, stripping his clothes from him. He seems to be falling into a hole, to be experiencing unpleasant things, to weep. The pupil to whom this doctrine is expounded, Indra, the king of the gods, comes to realize that because such violent things could not happen to the transcendent self, the self that one sees in dreams cannot be truly identical with that transcendent self, or Godhead. The nature of dream experiences, the emotion and instability, is taken here as evidence of the inadequacy of dreams as witnesses of reality. Many later philosophers, including Sankara, continue to argue that dreams are less real than waking experience, though the unreality of dreams was taken as a clue to the fact that waking experience too is less real than Godhead. The four apanasonic stages of being also suggest a technique of realization, a means of approaching enlightenment. For if one understands that one is in fact dreaming when one thinks that one is awake, one can begin to move toward the true awakening, that is enlightenment, the fourth stage. Thus, it is argued in the Yogavasita, when we take the material universe to be the ultimate reality, we make comparable to the mistake someone makes when he thinks he sees his head cut off in a dream, a traditional image in Indian dream books. The metaphor of the dream is further developed. When someone dreams while he is awake, as one sees two moons or a mirage of water, that is called a waking dream. And when someone throws off such a dream, he reasons, I saw this just for a short time, and so it is not true. Though one may have great confidence in the object that is experienced when one is asleep, as soon as sleep is over, one realizes it was a dream. These texts argue that what we call waking life is truly a kind of dream from which we will awaken only at death. The minor mistakes that we make in confusing waking, dreaming, and dreamless sleep are a clue to the entirely different nature of Godhead, which is not really in the same series at all. Many of these Upanishadic concepts persist even in present-day Indian medicine as practiced by Ayurvedic physicians or Vyads. The Vyads maintain that widely held belief that we are in a waking state, consciousness, during the daytime is delusionary. In fact, even while awake, dreaming is the predominant psychic activity. Here, there seemed to be preempting Jung's important insight that we continually dream, but that consciousness while waking makes such a noise that we do not hear the dream. Indian dream theory not only blurs the line between dreaming and waking, but emphasizes the importance of dreaming as a kind of mediator between two relatively rare extremes, waking and dreamless sleep. In fact, the Upanishadic fourth stage, added to the triad, is the whole point of the original analysis, simply called Tiraya. Tiraya. The fourth. It is, in a sense, the first three all in all, the true state toward which the other three point. And since all four stages are regarded as progressive approaches toward what is most real, Godhead, some Indian philosophers assume that dreaming is more real than waking. In dreams, one sees both the real Sat and the real Asat. And this liminal nature of dreams is the key to the material power they possess in later Indian texts. The content of the dream is explicitly related to the objective world. If during rites done for a wish, one sees a woman in his dreams, he should know that he has seen success in this dream vision. The particular significance of the woman in the dream is also highly relevant to the later dream analysts. The significance of the content of the dream was the subject of the 68th appendix of the Ayurveda, composed in the 6th century AD. This text organized dreams with reference to objective waking world, for example, according to the physical temperament of the dreamer, fiery, watery, or windy, the time of the night the dream took place, and so forth. But it was primarily concerned with the subjective symbolism of dreams, or rather with objective results of subjective contents. This is also apparent from the fact that the chapter on the interpretation of dreams is immediately adjacent to the chapter on the interpretation of omens or portents, that is, the things that happen inside people have the same weight as things that happen outside of them, and are to be interpreted within the same symbolic system. The first chapter of this text describes the dreams that people of particular temperaments will have. The fiery, caloric man will see in his dreams tawny skies, and the earth and trees all dried up, great forest fires and parched clothes, limbs covered with blood, and a river of blood, gods burning things up, and comets and lightning that burn the sky. Tortured by heat and longing to be cool, he will plunge into forest ponds and drink. Mocked by women, he will pine away and become exhausted. These are the symbols, laksane, by which the dreams of fiery people are to be recognized. The dreamer in this text creates an entire world, with planets and trees and everything else, and it is a world marked by his own inner heat. By contrast, watery, phlegmatic construct cool rivers in their dreams, rivers covered with snow. And clear skies, and moons, and swans. The women in their dreams are washed with fine water and wear fine clothes. Don't forget this now. When clouds fill up the sky can still differentiate the difference. The weather ain't the sky. Windy, billowous men see flocks of birds and wild animals wandering about in distress, staggering and running, and falling from heights, and lands where the mountains are whipped by the wind. The stars and the planets, and dark, and the orbits of the sun and moon are shattered. One on the simplest level, the level of primary interest to the Indian medical text, dreams reflect the psychosomatic condition of the dreamer. For example, when a particular bodily sense is disturbed, the dreamer will dream of the objects of that sense. But there are other causes of dreams as well, for it is said that dreamers are not conditioned by one's temperament, are sent from the gods. The text does not expand on this laconic remark, but it goes on to describe the effects that will result from dreaming specific dreams, or rather, perhaps from knowing that one has dreamt specific dreams. For it is clearly stated, if one sees a string of dreams but does not remember them, these dreams will not bear fruit. So too, if a man has an auspicious dream and wakes up at that moment, it will bring him luck. This will imply that it is the dreamer's awareness of the dream that brings about its results. The dream is the beginning of a chain of causes, not the result of such a chain or a mere reflection of event that is always fated to happen, and has simply been revealed to the dreamer through his dream. As other Indian texts imply, these two ideas that dreams reflect reality, that they bring about reality, remain closely intertwined in Indian texts on the interpretation of dreams. Is it always necessary for the dreamer to be conscious not only of his dream, but of its hidden meaning in order for it to come true? This is a question that remains highly problematic for Indian authors, for one might believe that the dream was sent by the gods, or by one's own unconscious mind, or by someone else. But the agent who would carry out the events in the dream might not necessarily be the same as the sender of the dream. And this agent might work with or without the knowledge of the dreamer. Chapter 2 of the Atharva Vedas Appendix 68 is devoted to the symbolism of dreams. Good luck is said to come to anyone who experiences any one of these, any of a series of what we would certainly classify as nightmares. Whoever in a dream has his head cut off or sees a bloody chariot will become a general, or have a lifelong, or get a lot of money. If his ear is cut off, he will have knowledge. His hand cut off, he will get a son. His arms, wealth. His chest or penis, supreme happiness. If he dreams that his limbs are smeared with poison and blood, he will obtain pleasure. If his body is on fire, he will obtain the earth. If in a dream a flat-nosed, dark, naked monk urinates, there will be rain. If one dreams that one gives birth to a female boar, or female buffalo, or female elephant, or female bird, there will be an abundance of food. If someone dreams that his bed, chairs, houses, and cities fall into decay, that foretells prosperity. Thus, apparently, even an unpleasant dream is regarded by Indian tradition as a good omen, presaging the fulfillment of a wish. But if these are auspicious dreams, one may ask, what would an ominous nightmare be like? Dreams of bad omen are for the most part as unpleasant as the so-called good dreams. Indeed, it is hard to generalize about the characteristics of good versus bad dreams. In Indian theory, a systematic, not necessarily structural analysis of the list, along the lines of Mary Douglas's analysis of Leviticus, might tell us much about India, but probably not much more about dreams, since good and bad are not trustworthy labels to stick onto any reality. It is necessary to interpret the dream images in their cultural context. Words like auspicious and inauspicious, subha, asubha, imply things that we do not, or we do or do not want to have happen to us. But we may be wrong, either in wanting or not wanting them. For someone committed to the world of samsara, for example, the death of a son is the worst thing that can happen. For someone seeking moksha, the death of a son may be the first move on the path to enlightenment. Thus, a dream of the death of a son may be a good dream or a bad dream, depending on the point of view, not as in-depth psychology of the individual dreamer, but rather the point of view of the author of the particular textbook on dreams. In both texts just cited, the dreamer, a man, gives birth to various female animals, and it is a good dream for a man to dream of giving birth. Is not regarded as an unnatural nightmare, in part because many mythological males give birth in India, and in part because this text assumes that all dreamers are male, and therefore that any dream, even a dream of parturition, in partrution, partrution, the action of giving birth to young, and in part because this text assumes that all dreams are male, and therefore that any dream, even a dream of parturition, in itself a natural and positive image, may retain its positive symbolism when applied to a man. A combination of natural symbols, cultural restrictions, and values of the author of the text determines whether a particular dream will be interpreted as portending good or evil for the dreamer. The authors of the Hindu medical books on dreams are primarily samsara-oriented. The Buddhist philosophical texts are primarily moksha-oriented. To an impressive degree, they agree on what people do dream about, but they often differ about whether the dream portends good or evil. The epics and Puranas draw on both traditions of dream interpretation according to the taste of the author and the situation of the dreamer in the story. To return to the Atharva Veda, let us take up the other side of the story and look at part of a list of dreams portending what does not want to happen. Portend, verb, be a sign or warning that something, especially something momentous or calamitous, is likely to happen. The eclipses portend some major events. Whoever dreams that he is smeared with oil, or that he enters his mother, or enters a blazing fire, or falls from the peak of a mountain, or plunges into wells of mud, or drowns in water, or uproots a tree, the dreamer's awareness. Whoever dreams that he is smeared with oil, or that he enters his mother, or enters a blazing fire, or falls from the peak of a mountain, or plunges into wells of mud, or drowns in water, or uproots a tree, or has sexual intercourse with a female ape, or in the mouth of a maiden, or vomits blood from his throat, or is bound by ropes, he will die. A dream or he will die. A dream of singing, dancing, laughing, or celebrating a marriage with joy and rejoicing is a slight portending evil, pleasure, or disaster. The dreamer's awareness of certain bad dreams, culturally defined as portending evil, is expected to produce bad results in his life. By an extension, that has fascinating implications for later Indian theories of dreams and myths about dreams. It is also said that the dreamer can dream the dreams of other people. That is, he can have dreams that symbolize the future events that will happen not to him, but to his family, particularly to his son or his wife. If a man sees in his dreams objects cut into pieces, teeth, or an arm, or a head, these will cause the destruction of his brother, father, or son. If a man sees shattered two bolted doors and a bed and a doorpost, his wife will be destroyed. If he sees a lizard or a jackal or a yellow man mount his wife's bed, his wife will be raped. If a man kills a white, yellow, and red serpent in a dream, or cuts off the head of a black serpent, his son will be destroyed. If a man dreams that a bald man or wearing brown or white or red garments mounts his wife, she will be attacked by diseases. The same will happen if a man dreams that she is mounted by a dog, or a serpent, or a lizard, or a snake, or a porcupine, or a crocodile, or a wild dog, or wild tiger, or leopard, or a serpent with a monstrous hood. The sexual symbolism of much of this dream content is quite evident, but this apparently natural or universal, or in Jung's theory, archetypal symbolism, the serpents and violated bedrooms, the bestiality and physical mutilation, is combined through which symbols that have a primarily cultural or specific or manifestational weight. The man in red garments suggests both the aesthetics ochre, an earthly pigment containing ferric oxide, typically with clay, varying from light yellow to brown or red. A pale brownish yellow color. Anathema to the Samsaric author of this text, and the robe of the condemned criminal in ancient India, and the particular colors of the sinister serpent also have cultural meanings. Moreover, unlike the Buddhist texts, the Hindu epics and Puranas, which, as we shall see, describe the dreams of women and also depicted women as skillful interpreters of dreams. The medical texts define a woman as a person whose own dreams were of no significance. Because of this, the woman's husband had to dream for her. The woman was never the author or subject of a dream, but she was frequently the object of her husband's dream. Indeed, she was often dreamt about by her future husband, a phenomenon that has reverberations in the story literature. The husband may dream this sort of dream about his future wife. If a man sees a lute marked with a cobra's tooth, he will get a woman. If he sees a bird soaring over lotus ponds, or if he mounts an elephant in his dream. He will take away another man's wife. If he is bound by iron fetters, he will get a virgin. The passage supplies a transition between the one in which a man dreams his own dreams and the one in which he dreams for his wife. Here he dreams of his wife. Many of these symbols recur in Indian stories about dreams. One of them in particular is basic to the myths of dreams, illusion, and rebirth. A man who dreams that his relatives weep pitifully over him will become satisfied. A man who dreams that his dad will obtain long life. In keeping with the basic view that dreams about sorrow or pain may portend or bring happiness or pleasure, the dream of death is a dream of life. But in the Gnostic context, the vision of oneself as a corpse being mourned by others forms a basic metaphor, as we will see. Thus, Indian dreams may have a material effect not only on the dreamer, but on those close to him, his wife, children, parents, and others. This makes more sense in the South Asian context than it does in the West. Because in India, the self is by no means so clearly limited to the individual as it is for us. That is, the individual feels himself to be a physical as well as mental part of other people, to partake in what Kim Marriott has called the cottage substance of other members of his family and his caste. He is responsible for the sins of his parents. He can amass good karma and transfer it to others. He must pay for the mistakes committed by his own previous incarnations. And I got everything I owe you and another half in the car right now. Right now? Right now. I'll meet you in Baltimore. It's going to cost you more if I got to get you to Florida. Rucker game attendant. Alright, I like that line. And beyond the social level, he is linked not only to those intimate partners in his life, but to all people through the matrix of reality, Brahman, which is the substance of which all souls are made. Given these strong invisible bonds, Brahman. Given these strong invisible bonds, Brahman. It is not surprising that Indian dreamers can dream for other people, that their dreams can affect the lives of other people. Brahman. Later ritual texts added more details to this basic approach to the interpretation of dreams. Men possessed by certain goblins, Vinayakas, will see water in their dreams, or people with shaven heads, camels, pigs, donkeys, untouchables, Kanadalis, and so forth. They will also dream that they walk on air. They will have impure dreams. The dream of flying is here linked with the sexual dream, a link that which will encounter again the myths of dreams. These goblins will also cause the man to think. When he walks on a path, someone is following me from behind. The dream of danger is thus tied to the paranoid experience of danger in waking life. I'm so fucking lit. I'm so cool. I'm so fucking cool. Rah. The medieval medical texts greatly elaborate on the symbolism of dreams, as benefits a profession devoted primarily to the diagnoses of disease. Their emphasis is on violent dreams that presage violent realities. as befits a profession devoted primarily to the diagnosis of disease. Their emphasis is on violent dreams that presage violent realities. Someone may dream that a black woman wearing red garments, laughing with disheveled hair, grabs him, ties him up, and drags him toward the south, or that ghosts or monks seize and embrace him, or that men who have deformed faces and the feet of dogs smell over him. Whoa, it's like what? They have deformed faces and the feet of dogs smell him all over, and that he is naked but for a red garland on his head, or that a bamboo, lotus, or palm tree grows out of his chest, or that a fish swallows him and that he enters his own mother, or that he falls from the top of a mountain into a deep dark pit, or that he's carried off by a swift stream, or that his head is shaven, or that crows overpower him and tie him up. The list goes on, and it is all ominous. The man will be destroyed. Some dreams have more specific diagnosis. A man who dreams that his teeth fall out will die. Dreaming of friendship with a dog means that the dreamer will become feverish. With a monkey, consumptive. With a demon, insane. With ghosts, amnesiac. Some of these motifs are picked up by the Indian mythology of dreams. The black woman with red garments is the untouchable woman. The succubus who seduces the dreaming king. The fish that swallows the dreamer is the vehicle of transformation of rebirth. Other motifs, like the man who dreams that he enters his own mother, or falls from a great height, or falls into a great deep pit, or has intercourse with animals, or feels his teeth fall out, occur in the Atharva Veda, and are also familiar to us also from our own dreams or from Freud's summaries of widespread dreams. Ramen. But the statement that a man who dreams of intimacy with ghosts will lose his memory makes a different kind of sense, for it implies that a dream of a ghost, a figure from the past, will harm one's mental control over the past. The relationship between ghosts, memory, and dreams is used to explain certain bad dreams. Ghosts get into your head when you are asleep. Whenever one dreams that one sees the death of one's wife, friend, son, father, or husband, it is the fault of the ghost. For these ghosts change their forms into that of an elephant, horse, or bull, and they appear to their sons, wives, and relatives. Here, long before Freud, is the hypothesis that animals in dreams represent close relatives, and ghosts is not a bad way of describing the figures from the past who hunt our dreams and force us to imagine the deaths of those we both love and hate. It's like, don't just yet. Your life is going to work out perfectly for you. All the right things are going to happen in your life. All the right people are going to enter your life, and all the wrong people are going to leave your life. You're going to have a beautiful home in your life. You're going to have a great career throughout your life. Amen. You're going to wake up every day of your life next to the love of your life. You're going to have leisurely Sundays and terrific holidays. You're going to travel and see the world. You're going to meet incredible people in your life who you can help, and who can help you in ways you would have never believed possible. You're going to be recognized as hugely successful and appreciated for the ability you have to help others. Please, please, child, do not worry. Your life is going to work out perfectly. When I see be back. And there you go again, waving your hands in the air like you just don't care. Care, damn it. Look, I got a million fucking things I'd rather do. So, I am in the F. I am the ineffable. And throughout the day, begin to notice when a frequency shift occurs. Detect your frequency. And before your mind can create a negative, just be aware of it. Be cognizant of it. As we once said, today my mind is calm. Divine intelligence moves through me. Infinite wisdom directs my thoughts. Perfect order governs my experience. I'm not blocked, I'm aligned. Every delay serves me. Every pause strengthens me. Every challenge elevates me. What is mine by divine law cannot pass by me. What belongs to me is drawn to me now. Every interaction today is orchestrated for good. Every ending creates a higher beginning. Every opportunity unfolds naturally. I trust the power operating within me. I trust the answers already forming within my mind. I trust that nothing in my life is accidental. And my thinking is clear. My awareness is sharp. My inner guidance is active. My direction is certain. I don't rush. I don't doubt. I don't strain. I don't worry. That which is true for me comes effortlessly. I move with confidence today. I speak with authority. I decide with certainty. And I know the unseen forces are always working in my favor. You have the power to choose how you experience each day. You can either approach it with calm and joy and a sense of gratitude and optimism regardless of whatever happens, or you could be miserable and unhappy about anything unpleasant. The choice is totally up to you. Ultimately, the quality of your life lies within this choice.
Salesman's like, what up? What's your budget? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know nothing about mopeds. He said, I got the one for you. Follow me. Woo! It's too real.
Every choice leads to wisdom. Life is a series of choices. Whether we choose for the short run or the long haul, every choice has benefits and costs. Every choice leads to wisdom. Life is a series of choices. Whether we choose for the short run or the long haul, every choice has benefits and costs. Our past choices made us who we are today. Our present choices will shape our future. Sometimes when asked to choose between one thing and another, the best choice might be now. The best choice might be both, but not necessarily at the same time. From a conventional viewpoint, we make bad choices. But from a transcendental perspective, there are no bad choices, only different lessons. Like, what was I supposed to say there? Macro points accepted. Spoke with broker.
It's me, the M, the A, C, the K. Sounding like a French pimp from back in the day. I take her to Ponderay and I watch her skate. I mean, water ski, ollie, ollie, oxen.
What we achieve inwardly will change our outer reality. What we achieve inwardly will change our outer reality. Inner strength is built quietly, often before anyone else can see it. When we tend to our character, patience, and discipline within, those changes eventually show up in ramen. We move through the world. Strength grown from the inside holds steady under pressure in a way outside confidence can't match. Tiramisu. I am divinely protected. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Every force that tries to block my blessings is dissolved by the light of my highest good. Abundance, favor, and divine breakthroughs are flowing into my life effortlessly. Every obstacle set before me is being removed. Every door that was once closed is now opening in my favor. I walk in faith, not fear. I trust that everything is aligning for my highest good. The energy of miracles surrounds me. Spiritually, confidence is the result of being in alignment with your... That's a face even a mother could feel. Spiritually, confidence is the result of being in alignment with your true self. When you trust your purpose, intuition, and divine path, you naturally radiate confidence. I am not this body, I am the energy animating it. I am not confined to matter. I am consciousness experiencing itself in form. I release identification with density and recognize my true nature is living energy. Temporarily expressed, but never limited. Born to win. Infinite within the fullness of love. Divine law and order govern my life. Divine peace fills my soul. Divine love saturates my mind. Infinite intelligence guides me in all ways. My riches flow to me freely, joyously, humorously, ceaselessly. I'm advancing and moving forward and growing mentally, spiritually, financially, in all other ways. I know these truths are thinking from my subconscious mind, and I know in the quote they will go after their kind. Stop auditioning for disasters. They'll find you if they need to. Until then, put down the worry. It ain't helping. It never has. Imagination, more important than knowledge. You know, people are unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Love them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish ulterior motives. Do good anyway. If you're successful, you'll win false friends and true enemies. Succeed anyway. The good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Honesty and frankness makes you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. The biggest men with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest men with the smallest minds. Think big anyway. People favor underdogs, but follow only top dogs. Fight for some underdogs anyway. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. People really need help, but may attack you if you help them. Help people anyway. Give the world the best you have, and you'll get kicked in the teeth. Give the world the best you got anyway. That's it. Self-mastery is the ultimate goal. Learn to analyze the inner you for the accomplishment of higher outer results can be a tiresome process, especially to the distractions all around us. Numeration, motivation through your numbers, can be a guiding tool for growth, healing, and a larger vision for self. But many are not striving to equip themselves for the journey. A lot of people will fall off and may become walking spiritual zombies if they are not ready to embark on this fantastic voyage into higher consciousness and knowledge of self. That is why the old biblical adage says, put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
My daughter, her mother, brother, grandmother, hate me in that order. Public visitation, we met at borders. Told her she'd take me back, I'll be more supportive. I made mistakes, I bumped my head, court sucked me dry.
Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. And your habit will become your character, will become your destiny. Peace, be still, and know that I am God. Peace, be still, and know that I am God. The primary purpose of your subconscious mind is to achieve Try again. The primary purpose of your subconscious mind is to achieve the goals and objectives that you have been given to it by your conscious mind. You lose the now and return to it again and again. Eventually, presence becomes your predominant state. You lose the now and return to it again and again. Eventually, the now becomes your predominant state.
And here it is, Nate Smith's new song, Whiskey on You, on 102.7. Check it out at Whiskey Jam tonight in Nashville. Listen up, you Mater potatoes. We got time for one more song, Kill tonight. Let's do this thing. Let's do it. Life is a paycheck on whiskey and long necks. Ever since you left, trying to figure this out. This Jack I've been drinking's been wasted on thinking. Now I got a new reason for throwing them down. That I'm up, call. Here's to us happily never after all. Ain't gonna waste one night. Guess I want you back. No, I ain't gonna cry another tear in this glass. Anytime.
Nah, dog, it's time to call it. You cheating. Stop trying to cheat the system. Today my mind is calm. Divine intelligence moves through me. Infinite wisdom directs my thoughts. Perfect order governs my experience. I'm not blocked. I'm being alive. Every delay serves me. Every pause strengthens me.